guys, man trying to work jank working standard here, and today we're going to be running an affinity list. So for those of you that don't know, an affinity list is one that utilizes artifacts and the synergies between artifacts to make an aggressive strategy deck to kill your opponent. This deck is inspired by my Is It Ensoul list that I'm going to be running for Pioneer this Friday for a tournament, and I wanted to try to make a list in standard that can kind of emulate a lot of what that does. Obviously, I'm missing a couple tools that Pioneer provides that makes that deck ultra aggressive, but I was able to put together something that can be very aggressive, especially on the play in standard, and still win a lot of games. And it has a lot of similarities, but with a couple different approaches to it because of some of the cards that are available in standard. So here's the list here. One of the most important cards in Affinity right now is Gingerbrute. So 1/1 haste isn't too crazy, but you can give it one, can't be blocked. Pretty good, but even better if you can stick an All That Glitters onto it, and you have a bunch of other enchantments to smash your opponent in the face for way more than one. A lot of times you're going to have other enchantments with like Shadow Spear and stuff like that are just all going to feed into that, and All That Glitters itself is an enchantment. So artifacts like Shadow Spear, enchantments like All That Glitters, all the other creatures that you run are artifacts, and you can make it extremely large and kill your opponent fairly quickly. So Gingerbrute, one of the most important. The other one is Stone Coral Serpent. It has protection from multicolored, so Teferi can't hit it. Any other multicolored spell that targets can't get to it. So if you can drop this on 1/1/1 and you can drop it All That Glitters on turn 2, you can slowly grow that up and make it a very important threat on the board. So Stone Coral Serpent, Gingerbrute, two of our best creatures in this. We have other low to the ground artifacts like Inquisitive Puppet. The Scry on this is very important. And it also is an artifact that we can attach All That Glitters to. Lockthwain Gargoyle, which later in the game you can give it flying to go over top the board. It's kind of a not as good Gingerbrute in that way because it costs 4, but it does pump up and it's another threat as well. Shadow Spear, obviously, this is extremely good against mono red. The Trample is very, very good, and it's also an artifact that is hard to remove from the board, so it can feed into that All That Glitters if they board wipe you. You have something that you can then deal more damage with. Say you draw up another Gingerbrute with haste, you can then attach this, and you can go in for 3 damage or 2 damage instead of 1. It comes in handy, and this is an inclusion that I put in over some of the affinity lists I've seen around. There's not many of them, but they are out there, and they weren't running Shadow Spear, and I thought that was important. I tried to go more aggressive. I feel like that's a better shelf for this type of build. All That Glitters, obviously, every enchantment, every artifact on the board, you get 1/1. You also have Corridor Monitor. This synergizes with Steel Overseer. So Steel Overseer, you can tap it to put a 1/1 counter on all your artifact creatures, and you can then drop Corridor Monitor, untap it, and then retap it and put more counters on it, including itself. It also does hit itself with the 1/1 counter, so you can build up a board. If you happen to go wide early instead of All That Glitters too early, you can then just pump everything up that way, and it's another type of win condition for this deck. Emry's there, can recur artifacts. It can't recur All That Glitters, unfortunately, because this is an enchantment. It would be very, very good if you could, but you can't. But it is still good if they take care of your early creatures. You can then recur them and cast them again. Arcanist Owl. This card I'm not fully sold on 3 copies. I think maybe 1 in the board is good. 1 or 2, but I put 3 in here. It does synergize well. It allows you to basically draw a card with it, and it is an artifact itself, so you can attach, it does feed into All That Glitters, and attaching an All That Glitters to this can be powerful as well. So to the sideboard, we have basically cards that are going to keep us alive. We have counters against the control matchups. Dovin's Veto is really good against Shadow the Sky and other things like that. We have Mystical Disputes against the blue matchups, and then we have things to keep us with the advantage against mono red, such as Banishing Light, Deputy of Attention. Those are the big ones. Devout Decree as well, Connect to exile their red creatures, especially like Anax and stuff like that, and Aether Gust to cycle like Embercleaves and Anaxes and stuff into their board, basically so that we can keep them on the back foot, especially on the play. It makes a big difference whether you're on the play with this deck, which I have noticed is very important to be on the play. If you're on the draw, it makes it a lot tougher, especially because we're running counter magic and we're an aggressive deck. Both of those benefit from going first. But you can still win on the draw, and these are some of the tools that allow us to do that. If you can hit their big tempo plays like Annex, if you can hit like an Ember Cleave with this, and you're growing your artifacts on the board, it allows you to kind of overtake them and overtake other matchups as well. So these are good to bring in to basically protect us. That's what we're trying to do. Game one, we have the element of surprise a lot of times because people don't really know what we're doing. But game two, this can help us stay alive. And Dance the Mance, because we're running a bunch of artifacts, and why would we not want to bring them all back to life against control? So if they wipe your board, you Dance the Mance, bring everything back. It's pretty good. All right, so that's the deck. I hope you guys enjoy the games. I know I certainly did. This is a fun deck to play. It took a long time to kind of tweak this deck to where I felt like it was competitive or that it could win games. But I think I finally got to a place where it's good. I did play a lot of games with other builds of this, very similar. But this is what I landed on, and this is kind of the fine-tuned version of the Affinity deck. It is more expensive than the Affinity decks that I saw because we're running like Hollow Fountain and we're running Shadow Spear and different things like that. But I think it's still a pretty relatively easy deck to put together. Emry you could probably leave out if you wanted. The Temples, I think you probably should leave out in this deck. I ran into it a lot of times where I came and tapped where it really hurt me, but other times where the Scry helped. So again, that could be left out as well. Shadow Spear, I think, needs to be there. I think that's something that needs to be there. And the sideboard, I think, needs to stick as well. There's a decent amount of rares in here, but it's a pretty fun deck to play. If you already have a lot of the things, put it together and let me know how you do. All right, enjoy the games. Thanks. All right, we keep. Turn one, Gingerbrute. Looks like we're against Esper Demir. Ugh, he's holding 2 mana open right now. Try to steal Overseer. Can't really afford to have this countered. Essence Capture, that means this is probably Demir. Let's try to drop Shadow Spear first. Playing around counter spells. Flashes in the Cutthroat. This is Demir Flash, okay. Might be... No, probably not okay. I think about it. Try to drop the Gargoyle. Doesn't get countered. Chance... What are the chances? Oh, okay. That doesn't get countered either. We have things in the way. I mean, we gotta try, right? It just wins us the game, basically. Of course. This bastard. That's us losing. Obviously, we put in all the counters. Instance all are our friends. Let's see. Alright, he's playing all blue stuff. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's all that really matters. Take out some of the high and slow cards. I don't think we're gonna need Emry. Okay, go like that. Keep. No one drop, unfortunately. So we're gonna start out tapped. Drop the Steel Overseer. That was a misplay. I should have tapped first, gave it one counter, tried that, gave it another counter. Okay, the cutthroat comes down. At least we have a 2-5 to get in the way. He probably has Brazen Borrowers and stuff like that, but... Okay, now we have Mystical Dispute open. So this is important. So we are going to use All That Glitters on the quarter monitor. Sorry. He obviously has removal that can take out this. That's probably the main reason I'm splashing black in this, or just doing Dimir over blue. Opt main phase, that's a good sign. Looking for maybe a Murder Strider. But at least he's tapped out, so that's a good sign. Okay, we're still putting the pressure on. Chance of this resolving. Oh, it actually did. Is Quench good? We'll wait until his turn. We'll see. Let's be real. Quench could be very, very good. This stuff's pretty low, though. I don't think that it is. It's a little late in the game for Quench to be impactful. It would have been good to have it in my hand there, but and be able to cast it. Okay. No. Vito, not much better. Oh, that's lethal. Almost missed that. Aha! Woo! So far, I've won most of the games I go first. The problem is just, if you don't go first, it's just like not quite fast enough to be able to do anything. So we just end up losing. Did we see anything in that game that's going to make us change? I don't think so. That little gingerbread man. He's pretty good. Okay. Yeah. Maybe we'll get lucky. I'm gonna try to get lands. Okay. I'm gonna do all the glitters. It might get countered, but it stops him from brazen borrowing at the end of the turn. Alright, it resolves. Or not brazen borrowing. What that stupid little Brandborn Cutthroat? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, it gets Spectral Sailor. That's significantly better, at least. Oh, two of them. Not necessarily significantly better, but our goal now is to protect this thing. About that. I'm keeping Quench open for next turn. Just in case. Alright, we got the Quench. That's a good thing. Let's try to resolve Shadow Spear. If we don't resolve Shadow Spear, it's not the biggest deal. Okay, he just draws with that. It's a good sign. See if he Gadwicks. Come on, Gadwick for 3. I'll let him trade the Sailor for that 1/1 if he wants. Pretty sure he knows I have... I mean, next turn I'll put it on that. That's a lot of mana. Okay. He's leaving the counter open, but I do have All That Glitters. If I draw another mana, I can All That Glitters and Shadow Spear. He's main phasing Gadwick. I have to try to quench this, like, it's my only choice. I have to make him tap out, and then I can win next turn. Hopefully. I mean, All That Glitters, if I get one more mana, I'm good. But All That Glitters, okay, perfect. We end up coming back from and winning on the draw. All right, Fire Medic, are you ready for this? Hopefully, we can get off to a fast start. We have one land. We are off to a fast start. We have all 1-drops, so I'm not gonna keep it. Probably should have mulliganed that, tried to get like All That Glitters in hand, but I'm going to actually drop the Puppet first. Okay, we got both colored mana at least. I'm going to drop the Puppet first, scry through and see if we can find something good. Quench. I'm going to keep that. See if we're against Gruul. I was thinking, yeah, we are against Gruul. I was kind of thinking we were going to be against Temor. Either Reclamation or Clover. So that kind of stinks, but okay, well, let's just do this. Let's get some stuff on the board. Hopefully we can draw out land next turn, because we do want to equip this and attack. Okay, never mind. Not really sure what this is now. Oh, that's a lot of ramp. I think I'm going to keep the Quench open. That's kind of telegraphing. Nah. Is it worth it? Probably not. I think it's more worth it to keep the counter open. Let's try to fake him out. Make him think I made a mistake, so he plays right into my Quench. The chances of that working are like 0, but hey, sometimes you just gotta play them mind games. So he has 6 mana right now. Seven mana right now. It's a good chance he has a 5 mana spell, in which case Quench is useless. But let's see. If only this was Ghostfire Blade. Okay. I guess he just adapts this turn? Well, okay. I feel dumb. Alright, anyways. Can't really afford to just not do anything, so guess we just equip Gingerbrute. Unblockable and attack. Super slow start. I mean, if we get All That Glitters, we can we can like accelerate really fast, but he has a lot of mana. Like a lot of mana. Like all the mana. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He has 10 mana. He could just, oh no, he just decides to attack. I was gonna say he could just Finale of Devastation. Okay. Orc. And we have a puppet. Okay, I think this game is well past over. We're gonna get out of this. So, turns out keeping a one-lander with just a bunch of one-drops doesn't necessarily do anything. So, I think here we will be putting in, obviously Aether Gust goes in. Deputy Detention could be good. Take out one more of the owls. I want to be kind of fast here. Take out a Quench here. The Quench actually would have been good if we would have got it at the right time. I mean, I guess this is okay. I kind of just have this in here against mono red because it can block out a lot of its stuff. So I don't think I'm going to keep it. Put in some removal. Take out one of the Shadow Spears, although the trample on this is pretty good, but 2 is fine. I don't foresee us winning the long game. Take out one of those, go with just one Mystic Forge, and we're gonna just kind of take out, I don't want to take out too many creatures. Now we'll just take out 1 quarter monitor. Alright, so we're on the play, which with a deck like this, okay, good. So we have turn 1, turn Stone Coil, turn 2, All That Glitters. So we just Stone Coil for 1, just to get a 1/1 with protection and reach and trample, and then we just make it big with this. Follow up with Banishing Light. Obviously, I'm assuming he boarded in removal, so it's not great, but if we can at least get through this first turn without getting shocked or like Bone Crusher Gianted, All That Glitters is going to make this a 3/3 anyways. But if he boarded in like Lava Coil, we're kind of in trouble at least for a turn or 2. It would be nice to draw some more artifacts, but maybe he'll put down like Incubation Druid and we can use Banishing Light and it'll make it big. Hoping he doesn't do that in response. That could pretty much win the game here, so we're gonna try. Okay, good. We get it down. So if he drops something that we can Banishing Light, that's great. Can't do it on that one, but that's okay. Why? Like why? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna keep that for sure. Unfortunately, still dies to a Lava Coil. Oh, okay. That's fine. That doesn't really do much. I mean, I could, I guess, Banishing Light it, but... Alright. I'll probably just do a 4/4 Serpent. That seems like the best bet here. Get another threat on the board. Oh, that's why he did it. That makes sense. Wasn't thinking about that part of that card, but that's okay. It's still good for us. I mean, we're still putting pressure on. See, that's the only reason why this isn't great. It's just because of all the enchantment hate. So, like, if we had, like, in the Pioneer version of this, you obviously have other things, not just all that glitters. Okay, Perforus. Wonder what he's gonna put into the battlefield with that. I mean, I'm gonna just take it, I guess. What else do I really have to do? I'm not sure if I want to do this and another stone coil. Let's do this first. So this gets into 7. A 2/2 stone coil serpent. So that gives us lethal on board. But if you can take something out, obviously not. That's a lot of stone coil serpents. Okay. Big boar man. Cool. It's a great draw. Thank God for the top decks. That clause is actually pretty good if he does it. Because even if he kills this, it doesn't come straight back. So we're coming in. Okay, cool. Yeah, the trample on that makes it so that we just win there. Game 3. I guess we just leave everything the same. We're on the play this turn. I'm gonna put in that. The Banishing Light was good. These were all pretty good. Take out one more quench. Could take out both, but I don't have anything else to really put in. I could put another Shadow Spear, I guess. We'll run like that. That's fine. Might try this deck with white and red. Give up the Arcanist Owl and give up the, I mean, we give up a lot. Okay. We're on the draw, so we can draw a 1-drop. I mean, we have the Shadow Spear, but I'd like to get a 1-drop creature so I can stick it next second turn. Alright, we don't, but we have our most important card right here. We can put down the quarter monitor, get a creature on the board. We can use Shadow Spear to take the hexproof off of Paradise Druid, which is pretty cool. Obviously, we're kind of flooding out a little bit. We kept a lot of lands in our hand for this deck. But being on the draw, I don't think it was the wrong decision. Especially when we had such good other cards, All That Glitters and Shadow Spear. Okay, Cinder Spines goes down. So that's obviously a problem for us. He can use it to kill pretty much anything he wants. I'm just going to do this. We're going to scry so we can stop drawing lands. I'm going to equip Shadow Spear. This gives us something of a threat. And hold back all that glitters. Because if he kills the corridor monitor, Shadow Spear stays on the board. If I all that glitters that, then we just kind of lose out on everything. Now we have a chance to draw a creature. Okay, Perforus. So we're on the back foot here. Okay, there's a creature. He doesn't have the mana to kill things right away, but it's still kind of a problem. I think I put it on here. Forces him to use it to take this out instead of the Gingerbrute, which I can then give haste to later. So we'll have a 2/2 that I can make unblockable. Obviously, Perforus could very easily put down a big old boy and just win the game right now, but hopefully he has to tap out for that. Okay, he taps out anyways. I guess he doesn't have a haste creature in hand, so that's a good sign. Oh. Never mind. I forgot about that on this. I haven't seen this card in a while, even though I did play with it early in the set. We're about to get bonked hard. Oof. Oof. At least he can't attack with this now. And Drakaseth doesn't get the trigger because he didn't attack, he came in attacking. Alright, so I don't know if this gives us... Alright, it gives us pretty close. I mean, we're kind of still in trouble here. Oh, that's not a good thing. I'll probably have to block with the owl. We'll see what comes out. That has trample. Drakaseth does not have trample. Neither does Perforus. And never mind. We just lose. Yeah, we just lose. Crap. That was a close one. That was a fun deck, though. Alright, Archani, what are you playing with? Looks good. Inquisitive Puppet into all the glitters. He's playing mono red. That's not a problem for us. Unfortunately, we're on the draw. I think this is about to eat a shock. Yeah, I mean, what else could he have? It has to be a shock. So, let's see. Okay, he taps out. That's fine. So, all that glitters will get that above removal. Next turn we can just attach a Shadow Spear to it. And turns out lifelink against mono red is pretty good. Annex is also pretty good. Let's see if he might have God drawn though. Which wouldn't be very good. Because if he has Embercleave, like if he has land Embercleave, we just lose next turn. But I can't play around that. I don't have the luxury of doing that. If he has it, he has it. Okay, it's tapped. That's okay. Okay, Cavalcade. This doesn't have any 1-drops. At least not on the board. He holds back blockers. He's afraid. So this would trade with both of those? I mean, I guess. Does he have a shock? He has a shock. That's not good. I have to kill Annex first. That's bad. Ugh. Bye-bye. Okay. We got Cerulean Drake, we have Aether Gust, we have Banishing Light, we have Devout Decree, we have Deputy Detention, we take out the Arcanist Owls and the Mystic Forges, we take out Emry, we take out... one Steel Overseer. Just because the 1/1 body doesn't really help. I mean, it's good for pumping up our stuff, but it doesn't help. So we're on the play now. Nope. Yep. I'm gonna drop the Quarter Monitor. Probably gonna have to take damage at some point. Quarter Monitor is good, but I wanted to keep Aether Gust instead. Because the Aether Gust can hit Annex. I want to hit another land, obviously. Okay, for our champion. We'll just race here. That's good. If I can get another land and attach it to the Shadow Spear. Okay, Cavalcade. Okay. We're just going to put the Shadow Spear down this turn. Just because I want to... I can Aether Gust Annex once it's on the board, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to equip it to the Gingerbrute. Get the life. Alright, he's going Forever Chicken. A lot of damage, but we have the life link. And that's good. Turns out a 10/10 lifelink trampler is pretty good. I have Aether Gust. I don't know what he could have to get him out of this though, but I have Aether Gust. Yeah, doesn't do it. We win. We take this game. On the play. Let's see if we can do it again. I mean, with him on the play, we do have to hope he doesn't get a great draw. This also isn't a great draw for us. Okay, that's a little bit better. The deputy's good. I'm gonna keep the deputy over the banishing light. Or I can drop the land. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the land. I tend to draw too many of them anyways, so might as well drop it. Turn 1 Fervent Champion. He did mulligan though, so at least he mulliganed to 5. Now he mulliganed to 6. Never mind. Probably could have took those quenches out. It's a beefy boy. He may have an Infuriate. No, he has Robber. Holding that back. I'm good. He shocks it right away. All right, we're gonna let it through. Oops. Keep quench open. Oh, okay. We'll see if he just keeps attacking in. He can play around Quench now. Okay, that's good. He can still play around Quench. But we do have Deputy Detention and Banishing Light, though, so we can take care of that. And not having the lands that we need is a problem. But we're going to just keep beefing these guys up. He has one card left in his hand. I hope it's... Oh, it's a runaway Steamkin. Well, this quench was 100% useless. Alright. I guess he's just going to go in. Okay, so we will... just Banishing Light the Anax for now. I could Stone Coil for 1. I gotta hope he doesn't... No, if we, Capital Cave is bad and Embercleave is bad. Land would be good. Okay, cool. All that glitters is good. Alright, so we're gonna do that. And that. And go in. Trample. Wonderful thing. Alright. I don't think he can do 24 damage in a turn. So we might be okay. Oh, that's an Embercleave. Why didn't he attack and use Embercleave? I mean, that's good, but it's going to be hard. I have a lot of damage on that. I don't think I need that. Nah, we'll keep it. Alright, I think we got it. Alright, we take out mono red, and we went second twice, which is even better. Turns out Shadow Spear and All That Glitters is pretty good against it. Alright, we're gonna stop there. So obviously this deck is pretty finicky, but it's an awesome deck to play. I had fun. Not as good as the Pioneer version. It lacks a lot of tools. Other than all that glitters, it's really the only thing that you have to really make a very aggressive threat. But when you get it, you get it. It's a good time. And it's a fun deck. So I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed a deck like this, a little weird. I am going to get back into some competitive stuff here in the next couple days. So the next couple videos after this should be more competitive style decks. But had fun doing this. Had fun with this, with a little bit of a janky style deck, a different type of archetype. And I hope you enjoyed the video. So thank you for watching. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you next time.